So I think we're all familiar with what our typical Lesco spreader looks like. This one's in relatively good shape, but what we'll do is we will go through all of the steps to make sure we can properly maintain this spreader, so that we don't have we can minimize the amount of downtime we're going to have in the start of next year and throughout the next season. So first thing we do is we go through an inspection. So we want to an inventory on all of our spreaders, whether we have any kind of broken parts or certain parts of the spreader that maybe we need to order, because we can't just fix them with parts that we can get from a Fastenal, Brafasco, or a nut and bolt supply store. So as I go through it, I just I give it a quick push to make sure I can see that the propeller is spinning properly, making sure that our tires are inflated. If they're not, we can talk about in a little bit what we need to do to fix that. And then I'll just check our frame and make sure that the frame itself, there isn't any broken bolts or broken welds that are going to prevent us from being able to fill this spreader up with fertilizer and spread it. After I'm done inspecting the frame, this one looks pretty good. Common parts would be broken frame pieces here, or loose bolts when we're talking about up in here where the handlebar connects to the frame. I don't really see anything wrong with this one. Like I said, we can see that the propeller spins okay, and looks pretty good. So the next thing we're going to check is up in here and make sure all of our parts are here. We're actually missing this black knob on the handle for the spreader. So we're going to need to replace that, because for ease and comfort of the technician, it's a lot better to actually have that black handle on there, and it can, less issues, less complaining, happier technicians. So we'll replace that. We have our control, our calibrating arm, and the knob is here. It's working and it's sliding back and forth, so we don't have any broken parts there. There also isn't any bolts missing. You can see we have our bolts to hold that calibrating frame on, so that's okay. And we want to look at our holes in our, so here we go, we got a bit of a problem here. So you can see there's a gap in between where that plate is hitting those holes, bottom holes of the hopper. So we're going to need to fix that as well, and when we get into the spreader we'll actually fix it. This propeller, their impeller here, is very important to take a good inspection on, and we'll do that once we open up the spreader. This one here looks pretty good, but if there are any broken or cracked pieces in this impeller, it will prevent that fertilizer from being able to spread evenly, and it will impact the quality of our customer's lawn. So we want to make sure that this impeller is in very good condition. Same with the axle, make sure it spins freely while we go through it. And so just an overall visual inspection, and if there's anything that's actually broken, then we need to inventory that and go to John Deere Landscapes or Rittenhouse and order some new ones. These feet are also something that can break because it's just bolted onto the frame. So if the foot is broken, then the spreader won't be able to hold itself up. So just an overall inspection, and then what we'll do is get into fixing the spreader.